We are back! We are back! I'm super pumped for today's episode of Modality because episode 7 brings us someone that I'm super pumped to have. Like, this is super exciting because today we have Isaiah, aka BacoN Core, highly known and revered Smash player, but known as one of the best Dr. Mario players in the universe. Okay, people.
The whole universe.
We're not looking at regions. We're not looking at tri-state areas. Okay, we're talking top 5 minimum. BacoN is sponsored by GamerBus and considered to be ranked. He told me ranked 3 in Sova. Nah, goat of Sova. Goat. Complete goat. Okay. Okay, guys. Let's be honest here. So, BacoN's notable for not only his Dr. Mario consistency, who, for those not too privy, Dr. Mario viewed as often the bottom 5, maybe EJ, probably in the lower tier of characters.
Yeah.
I know that's how it was definitely for the previous Smash game, Smash 4, but Ultimate has done some amazing work with his characters, has actually had multiple set wins on Puppeh, Squerk, NoTag, and Clique. And for those of you not aware, Puppeh is at one point ranked 26 in the entire world for Smash Ultimate. And this is just incredible to see that. So, BacoN would describe himself as an explosive player, one of the low-tier underdogs, as they'd say. And I would say that he's an aggressive player, enjoys pressuring people, finishing games fast, getting them done. Definitely loves staying connected to the community, and is becoming somewhat of a leader. And I love seeing what you've done, BacoN, especially within being part of GamerBus, really pushing the industry, because I think it's safe to say the Smash industry has been tested a lot the past year and a half. So, yeah. but to say the least, yeah. So it's funny because I actually knew of you for a while. We haven't formally met. We didn't formally meet until Harrisonburg, where you came to James Madison University local, and which happened to be not only my last local, but my last weekend until COVID. That was around March of 2020, as we discussed before the podcast. I'm not entirely sure, but you may not remember this, BacoN, but we didn't formally meet, but I saw you, and you got to play my friend Jules, who, when I say he's a casual player, he literally like girlfriends Kirby, like downbeat Kirby, like that kind of stuff, right? But he played I think it was Rob at a local at GameWorks, and of course he crushed him. But it was awesome. I'll never forget, because you looked at him and you actually gave him like genuine, because I was memeing the whole time, even bringing him to the tournament, and you looked at him and gave him general advice, and I was like, that's some solid stuff, man. That was great. And of course, he wasn't the only one getting humiliated. I did some friendlies against Puppeh, and he crushed me. I got 60% of those. So, enough about that story. I'd love to hear a little bit about, in terms of your start into Smash. Well, actually, I did remember, EJ, on your end. Didn't you say BacoN played your brother or something?
Oh yeah, like you beat my brother's ass in like an online tournament like a couple months ago. It's like he was just talking to us. Like, damn, sucks, bro.
Well, what's his tag?
I think he's like Trapper or something, you know?
Dude, the online era is like, it's all blur for me.
He was saying how he lost to you and I think Rat, and that killed his run. It's like,
oh man, go Rat.
BacoN. Yeah, this is gonna be about you, dog, but I'm gonna cut you off real quick, because I'm gonna become the go to the room for a second. So I'm the best player in Smash Ultimate by transitive property, and here's how. Okay, so I faced Rat like December of like 2019 or something. He came through, and I 2-0'd him. Really good kid. He told me he was like hungry and tired, whatever. All right, I 2-0'd him. No big deal, because I'm the banjo goat. So like I was just like camping people on the ledge, whatever. That's what I do. And then he proceeded a few months later to be MK Leo. So I'm not saying, no one in the room said that I was the best flat Smash player in the world, but you're gonna have to compete against that, BacoN. So
well, all I'm saying is that the tournament. After he beat MK Leo, he had a going away tournament at Sova, because it was his last weekly there. And in losers top 8, I 3-0'd him So I'm just saying.
Oh, you're just saying now?
Fine, you know,
Oh.
after he beat the man himself.
Okay, yeah, that's you post
Wow.
you post MKLeo beat him. That is
That's
true.
right.
Because he had the ego now. That's fair. Always one up in me, BacoN. Always finding the $5 from our money match. Always able to take it. So how did your start begin in video games in the first place? What's the context of how you grew up?
Okay, so like for me, I basically grew up with, you know, when I was younger, single mom, you know, 4 kids. So I had like my siblings and like myself, and you know, it was a little rough, but we had, you know, my brother and I played our PlayStation 2 a lot, and we would just play games like Dark Alliance, like Battlefront, you know, those like 2-player games where you could just like play for hours on end. So I was like really into like shooters, and him and I were pretty competitive with each other. I wasn't really into fighters too much, like fighting games. The only fighting game I really played was like Tekken 3. That was just like for fun. But after that, when I got my first Xbox 360 when I was like 15 or something like that, I was playing COD like every single day, and I got really good. I was like, I joined a couple teams, played in like some tournaments. I was gonna get into esports for that, but I ended up not. Like, I did a tournament. I won like 10 grand. It was like the most I won in the tournament. But like,
Wow.
God damn.
yeah, it was just some like online like tournament, and my team, we ended up winning. It was like you had to play. It was actually in Ghost. Ghost was my dude. I was up. I loved Ghost. Yeah, and but yeah, you just like played in different game modes, and you get points for like how many like rounds you win, or like how many games you win out of like 3, and you do each like game mode. And it was like different teams, and like whoever does the best like wins. It's like a round robin basically.
Right.
But yeah, so after that, when I got into college, which was like 2017, I got into Melee because I saw everybody playing Melee, and so I was playing that, and I was like, man, this game, you know, seems fun or whatever. And so I played Captain Falcon because, you know, he spiked people. I was like, yo, this is kind of hype. And his knee, I was like, I just want to knee everybody. And I didn't know what I was doing at all, but I got pretty competitive with it. And I was like, you know what, I want to be the best at my college. And then I was like, I just want to beat my roommate. And so I started playing with these other guys downstairs. And this guy played Dr. Mario. And I hated getting hit by his stupid ass down smash. Like, I was just like casual getting hit by Dr. Mario down smash and pill spam.
Is that when he does the twisty leg thing?
No. Yeah.
Yeah, that's been
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, dude, this is so annoying. I was like, I could beat you if I played Dr. Mario. And so I played Dr. Mario. And then, so what we would do is, like, we would do free-for-alls. And then, like, at the end of the free-for-all, like, we'd do 1v1s or whatever. And it would be, like, everybody hyping each other up. And it was just 2 Dr. Marios, like, going at it, trying to down smash each other. So stupid. But it was just so much fun. And then, so I went over to my buddy's house. And he was like, hey, I got another game for you. I was like, all right. He's like, you ever play Smash 4? And I was like, nah, I never played Smash 4. And he's like, did you play Brawl? I was like, I didn't play Brawl. I never.
Really?
He was like, all right, well, play me in Smash 4. And so I played with him for like 50 games. He played Game & Watch. And I did not win a single game. I was so angry, dude. So mad. I took 1 stock. And, like, that was it.
God damn.
Yeah, I was getting waxed, dude. I was getting my ass beat. But yeah, so then I was like, you know what? I'm going to pick up this game. So I went home, and I was like, man, who do I want to play? I don't want to play Docs. I've been just, like, losing. Like, I don't think he's that fun, whatever. Like, I want a main. Like, I want a character I'm actually going to stick to. And so then I saw Trella, and I saw Hooded made a combo video of, like, Ryu. I was like, oh, I never played Ryu. I've always been interested in Street Fighter. I used to play Street Fighter 2 on the Super Nintendo. That was my first system, actually. That was my favorite system. Still my favorite.
Nice.
Like, that shit's a bang. Yeah, but so I was like, let me play Ryu. And I looked at his combos. I was like, oh my god, I'm playing this character. So I played Ryu in Smash 4. I have like a bunch of Ryu merch. And
It kind of honed from your Tekken background. It kind of like reminded you of that.
Yeah. Like, it just like, I don't know. I was just like, I like this character. He's cool. Like, he's kind of hard. So like, you know, when I win, like, I like harder characters. I like characters that are like super easy. But So like, and his combos are very like satisfying, they're rewarding. Like people think I'm cool, like he's cool. Like I don't know, it's just a character for me. So I learned them, and like I was playing, and I started going to like tournaments at JMU. I was losing to Turtle Comedy and Pursuit, and I was like, man, I was like, I can't talk to these guys. I'm just a nobody. I suck. But I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going up there.
Yeah.
My friend Ryan was like, go up there. Go like F3N. You guys know him. Like, he's like, go up there. Go talk to him. So I went up there, talked to him, and they were like, yeah, man, you can actually. He's like, well, we can come through and play. And so then I started playing with them like basically every other day, and then Ryan started playing, and we played like every single day. And then when Ultimate came out, by then I had actually like started taking games off of like Turt, and then Arbar got into the scene, and then like him and I just started like going head and head, and then Ultimate came out, and that's where things were like, fuck, because like I wanted to play Ryu, but when Ryu first came out, like he was so bad, dude. Like if Ryu stayed the same, I'd say he'd be like bottom 20 in this game. He was so bad. Like, so I was like, man, who am I gonna play? And then I was like, you know what? I did secondary Doc in Smash 4. Let me see how he feels. And he felt
just Vietnam flashbacks to the down smashes left and right, just across.
Yeah. And then I was like, and he's got the new down air spike. I was like, I gotta play this character. And so, you know, I start playing him, and I'm just like freestyling with him, doing whatever, and I'm just loving every bit of it. I'm like, man, pill was super broken on release. You could pill, and it had so much more shield pressure, and you could like pill into up air, and it's safe.
They changed that though.
Yeah, so they nerfed shield damage that projectiles do in the beginning. 2, they like buffed parries from projectiles, so now pill is like not nearly as good as it was. He used to be super busted, like super broken. Doc would have probably been like, he still would have been like bad, but like Pill would have definitely made him like way better. He'd probably have been like bottom 15 instead of like bottom 5. But so, you know, I started playing Doc, and the hardest part about it was like there weren't any, like there was no docs. Like I didn't have anybody I could just like go watch, or I couldn't like go watch a combo video, or I couldn't do anything. It was just Doc, and like Doc sucked, and like nobody played him, and so it was just me and like Doc. Like so I literally sat in front of a screen, and you can ask Ryan this too. Like I sat like overnight for hours and hours just like labbing and like making my own combos and like formulating like plans for like situations and like practicing my recovery in different ways so that I can make sure like I can make it back against bad matchups. And like I don't know, really solidified like a lot of the stuff that's known now. And then I'd say like there's like 4 docs that really like helped his combo game. And it was me, Sim, Mabel, and probably PH Stream. As far as like just raw like combo strings.
Are
like
those the other kings now, Doc? Or are those the other docs in the world? Like
so there's like a couple. I'd say like the top 5 right now. Definitely Sumisuto. He is a Japanese Dr. Mario. He's like considered the best right now. He's just like super solid fundamental wise. He's just really good. Like that's he doesn't do anything like super crazy with Doc. He's just genuinely just like good. Just like how Leo is just like good. Like he doesn't do like super crazy stuff.
Fundamental
like,
king. He's the fundamental king. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'd say like Mabel's the second best. Like he just has really good fundamentals. He plays really aggressive. Like he has a really good game plan. He's good at just pressure and timings and like understanding how people are scared of his character. Third best, I'd probably say is like maybe like Underdog. I haven't seen too much of Underdog. Obviously, Louis Money, his doc is probably still gross. Like I've seen him pull it out a couple times, and it's still like good. But he doesn't main doc anymore. So, I'd say I'm around like 4th or 5th. There's also PH Dream, which his doc is really good. Not really sure where to rank it because I haven't seen a lot of like offline stuff from him.
There's a lot of comparisons.
Yeah, like he's like super solid. I don't know, just like defensive. Like he plays more like stage control based. I played more like freelance freestyle kind of play, kind of like Mabel, but like in my own way, I guess. Like Mabel just will go in, go balls to the walls, and die for it and like just whatever. This game's either you're gonna die or I'm gonna die. And I used to kind of be like, yeah, like I used to kind of be like that, but I just wanted to start winning more. So like I stopped, kind of got a little more reserved. And I'm like, I want to just play a little more clean.
You took a step back, like an honest step back. Like, how am I going to do this?
Like I know when to do it and when to not, and because there's a lot of matchups where you just can't do it. Like your character sucks. You can't just go in and like you're fighting a Lucina. You can't just run at her.
How would you say you rank now? Like realistically?
Definitely like
for the docs.
4th or 5th best. So I'm definitely like I've beaten Mabel online, but that doesn't really like. I think realistically speaking, he's better than me because he just has more experience in the game than me. And then I know Sue is better than me. He also has more experience. They're just like better fundamentally than I am.
Yeah.
So like I don't know. I place myself like 4th probably, like 4th or 5th.
Hey man. Yeah, there's certainly a lot of movement there, but the fact that you've been able to master this niche, like Ultimate's a niche in video games, and you put a niche of a niche, and creating something of that. That's the beauty of, I think, the whole growing esports space. You mentioned, though, something interesting, the Wi-Fi space, right? You have a win on someone, yet because it was through Wi-Fi, there's a lot of wiggle room. So, I mean, for those that don't know, why is there a lot of, when it comes to playing Smash Bros. Online, why is there a lot of hesitancy when it comes to those results?
So the thing about online, right, is it's just there's a lot of like guessing. Like if I were to really like fight someone in real life, like if I were to fist fight somebody, right, I would be able to see them coming at me. I would be able to like react to what they're doing, like the thought process, like the whole instinct and everything is like just way different than if I were to like, I don't know, like fight them through like a simulator or something like that, you know? Like, oh, let's both put VR on and then scrap, you know? And there's like latency and like whatever. Like, oh, you throw a punch, but I can't like block in time because, you know, it's just like it's not real, I guess, in a sense. It's its own game and it's not really like, I don't know, a lot of there's too much guessing. There's a lot more room for error, if that makes, there's like a lot less accuracy. Like with Doc Online, I can just like throw pills and I can just run at you. And you have to be more scared of it because you can't do something like in a specific timing. Like, for example, let's say I do something and you have this much time to make a decision to like not get hit or counterplay me. Well, online, like, well, actually, here's the difference. Like online, it's like, okay, he's doing something, but like instead of having this much time, I have like this much time because like realistically, when you go to react, like
the frame makes a difference.
Yeah.
The frame.
So like, oh, I have like, you know, I have like a whole second to react. But it's like, oh, now I only have like a quarter of a second to react. Like, you know, it's like a big difference. Because you just have to guess. If a pill is thrown, it's bouncing, it's coming at you, and Doc's, you know, chugging along, you're like, man, I have to definitely only jump, roll, spot dodge, or like try to attack him.
It becomes rock paper scissors as opposed to more nuanced.
Yeah, and it's like realistically, it's still rock paper scissors offline. But the thing that you missed really hard is timings. You cannot like do hard like little micro timings online. And that's a big deal for aggressive players like me, like Mars, like Puppeh, like White, like Mars does well online. Like he plays a lot online, you know, he figured it out. Nairo as well, like good on them. But for players like me and Puppeh and like Light, it's just like a little harder because the way that we play our characters, it's just a little bit more difficult because when you're approaching from the air, for example, the only way to mix up your opponent because they're playing grounded is to mix up your timings on them, right?
Yeah.
And to do that online is just kind of hard.
You know, but Ultimate, the thing with Ultimate though, I'm just curious, especially those that aren't aware. For example, like an online game like League of Legends, I swear to God, I've brought up this godforsaken game all 6 episodes so far, and I told myself I wouldn't. But there's something different here. Online games, like some games are only online and people are like, yeah, it's instant. Like So is there inherent delay with the Switch, or is it with Ultimate? What's the big problem
Dude,
here specifically?
It's Nintendo. It's the
Oh
way
boy.
they do their online. They do like I think it's rollback. I think they do, which only can send like a certain amount of packets at a time. Whereas if they went and did, or I think no, they're on. I think it's like what we want is rollback. Rollback is like the fastest thing. That's what like Tekken's on, like Street Fighter, like all the other fighting games. I don't understand why they couldn't just copy them.
What's
like
the
how
difference?
hard is it? You make so much money. How could you not make it good online?
Yeah, what's the difference though?
So the difference is like I was saying, like I think it has to do with the amount of packets that the game can receive at a time that it can send. So like it'll be just like slower. There's like more latency. So like for example, like Yuzu, it's ran through like the person's PC instead of the Switch. So the PC is like the one feeding the information. So that's why it's like faster because like you're basically screen sharing with somebody and they're just watching your screen. So it's like happening like instantaneously almost.
Wow, this inherent problem really does exist then. And
Yeah.
that begs the question, you mentioned a second ago, which it sounds like a joke, but not really, like you're literally missing out on money. That's not how Nintendo views it. Now, we don't have enough time to dive into the whole history of Nintendo suppressing the competitive gaming scene of Smash Brothers. That goes very far back, and I feel like that'd be a lot of burden on you to ask to explain that. However, more recently, it keeps becoming a topic because just when you feel like the Smash community is about to rise and find this big growth period, there seems to be some Nintendo drama, whether it's a cease and desist or they don't fund it. They've never like officially sponsored a high tier tournament. Recently, news came out a few days ago. A viewer actually wanted to ask you this about Riptide, the Riptide tournament that was going to host Project Plus, which for those that don't know, it's like a new updated version of Melee. Nintendo sent a cease and desist. So what is this? Is this unfixable? Are we permanently going to be in this purgatory of under Nintendo, or what's going to happen to the scene?
So I think that there has to be someone up top making those calls. And I think that like there's no way that there's nobody in the Nintendo Corporation that doesn't want a competitive edge. Like I'm sure there's people that are like, I really want to sponsor this. This is a good idea. Like it's a good community. But I'm also sure that there's like more old school people who are like, we don't want to be a part of that. This game is for kids. Like we don't want to be like super competitive. We're more about like having fun. And that's what I think like they're trying to save. Because like I don't think there's really like I don't even think they sponsor like Mario Kart, which isn't really like super competitive other than just racing. Like it's not violent. Like it's not even a big. Like I don't know anything about the community,
They throw banana shells at each other. This game is violent rated R, bro.
Yeah, that is.
This is awful.
Right. They throw bombs at each other.
See, I tried doing my fun comic mischief outside, throwing a banana peel at someone's car, and they sent me to jail for 30 days. So, what's the big idea, Nintendo? Really false ideas here. And that makes a lot of sense. Now, elephant in the room. Another barrier to competitive Smash is, of course, when it came to the scenes and tournaments, the entire issue of treatment of each other, especially when it comes to conduct of minors being in the same tournament. Now this is a very tough issue. And when I first started hearing, for those that want to do their own research, they can, about the whole Smash scene during the summer of 2020, when a lot of people came out and said that this person did harass me in this way, or things along that line. It's important to address that there were some actual solutions, including one I thought of, but I want your thoughts on this, BacoN. I was thinking having a league of major and minor, where minor is before 18, and then there's after. Now, one big challenge and one big objection is that you're going to have 14-year-olds. Like, it's usually the younger players that are the best, or that are at least better. So is there, like, what do you see, where do you see that going when it comes to addressing the issue of having a safe environment, a safe, healthy environment for all backgrounds? And if you were in charge, like, how would you go at it, and what's the big conflict?
So I think that I feel like maybe a little bit better fix for this situation would be to just have a parent or guardian with them at all times.
Yeah.
Because like I don't think that separating them will necessarily fix the problem, because like you got to think about, there's still, who are they riding with, who are they staying with after the event, like for hotels and stuff like that, and when they go out to dinner, like are they going to go out and like drink and party, like, because I mean that's another issue, is like minors drinking, and because you know, like after the tournament people just want to go have fun and relax, you know, the stress is over, let's relieve some stress, let's go hang out, have a couple drinks, and just, you know, have some fun while we're here until we got to go home. But with the guardian there, you know, a lot of that can't happen. You know, it just kind of like stops it from happening, and they can still compete with everybody. So I just feel like it's a little harder for the minors to like go and stuff like that and like get to where they need to, but I still think it's like a better option. Like, I don't know. They just have to have like somebody, you know, it could be like a brother, like a parent, like a cousin, like somebody of age with them that keeps them, you know, just watches. Because like splitting them up, one, I don't know if there's enough people. Like I don't know how many minors there are versus like adults that play this game competitively. And then like the numbers would drop, and like the pots would drop. I don't know. I just feel like keeping them together just makes a little bit more sense to me.
Yeah, that would certainly cause more problems. Then there would be underground leagues, and that would be like a whole thing. Yeah. EJ, what's your thoughts on this? I think you had some really good ideas.
I mean, like, the thing is, you know, like, adults and minors should not be really interacting in these ways. Like, the venues themselves, you know, like, normally in, like, ballrooms at, like, a hotel, you know? Like, that makes it really easy for minors to interact with older people, you know? And, like, and a lot of times, like, it's really hard just to tell by looking at a person, you know, if they're a minor, if they're older than 18, if they're with who they should be, who they should not be, you know? So, like, really, people need to go with somebody that they trust, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, if anybody's drinking at all, they really should not a minor should never get involved with somebody who is drinking inside a hotel room, because, like, it's illegal to be drinking in, like, a hotel room with somebody who is a minor, you know? So, like, it's just generally just kind of avoid alcohol and then just stick with people that you trust.
Mm-hmm. It just sounds like a hodgepodge of just. I felt like there wasn't anything inherently that was a red flag, but like all the stars aligned with Smash. If you, like, how would you restore faith in the community, BacoN? Like, you know, I feel it could be viewed as a loaded question, but I feel even if we address these issues, it's like, man, well, that thing happened. Like, the community was already so fragmented, you know.
Yeah. Man. So the way that we dealt with it, because, you know, Sova has had its own fair share of stuff that's gone on. Yeah. And some of it had to do with, like, minors, and some of it had to do with, like, its own stuff and just drama in general. But the way that I kind of went about getting the community back together with my scene, because I was kind of like the middleman a lot of time, because, you know, I wasn't really on either side. I just showed up, and like I got good so that I could talk to everybody, if that makes sense. Like I didn't feel like I could talk to Puppeh unless I could like go toe to toe with Puppeh. So
that's the mindset. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just practiced until, and I joined KOS so I could get better, so I could talk to everybody. And when I did that, then I joined KOS so I could like work with KOS to help fix the community. And we basically just made sure we were that just very open group that didn't really have an opinion on anything, but we also didn't like allow for just kind of negativity or like people like screaming at each other. And like I have a certain level of respect now in the community that like when people do something that's just like kind of not okay, I kind of go over and I just talk to them like, hey man, like you gotta remember we're all here for the same thing. We're all here to play a game, hang out with our friends, like be a part of the community. We're not here to bash on other people for whatever reason. And if you want to do that on your own time, then do that. But don't do it in a public space. You know, like, it's just not. People shouldn't be scared of being threatened or scared of being just like put down and harassed and all that kind of stuff when they're just trying to go out and have a good time on a Thursday night. You know, like play Smash. They just want to go hang out with their friends.
You know, what were you gonna say?
Well, I was just to say, like, just being there. Like, if top players kind of joined in more and like when they saw something wrong, they just spoke out on it more, or like told individuals like, hey, don't do that. Like, you know, but instead, you know, top players kind of join in on bashing people and like, you know, like I've seen Ned, like, I mean, people get mad online, that's cool, but like when you just like
that's fair.
Harass people or like say just really off the wall stuff, like you just don't need to be doing that.
The reality is, and I think everyone in the world or in the gaming sphere should know this, there's nothing inherently wrong with the Smash community. And there's nothing inherently wrong with the game. However, Smash is the biggest niche and super unique because you have a crowd on the younger side, not bad people, just younger, less life experiences, and then you also have competitive mindset, which pertains ego. I don't mean ego in a bad sense. I mean ego as in your happiness and enjoyment stems from you winning or losing. And then maturity usually corresponds with how you take losses and wins. So typically that explains a lot of what you talked about, how like, you know, when you're losing, you're bashing players, bashing play style. This is a product of the younger age that is on average, right, on the curve. Because you could have like communities that are older, but on average, that's where the perception comes from. And I feel this is not an obstacle for Smash. This could be a golden opportunity to create a culture of patience, of learning from each other. That can help people develop. I know if I didn't get involved with Smash 4 in like 2015, 2016, I wouldn't be who I am today. You know, getting all those losses, those really hard losses where I know you've experienced this, BacoN, maybe. Well, you're the GOAT, so maybe not. But going to tournaments, like super excited and hyping up, and then like making it kind of far, but losing a match that you feel like you lost because of a very specific mistake, not because you're worse. And then you get in the worst mood. People are saying, "Hey, man," like you don't even say goodbye to people. You're just leaving. You grab your shit.
Oh yeah.
I view myself as the humble king, like as a persona, and I've done that so many times. Like
I still do that. Like,
it's hard. Like, when you're in the zone and you go to an event with the purpose of winning, and then that sole purpose is gone, it is the hardest feeling in the world to resist. It's about self-control, and I hate to bring I also bring my psychology degree into every episode. EJ, I'm so sorry. You can mute me if you want.
You have a degree, by the way?
Yeah.
Smile.
I have a psych degree. I bring that up ironically, but seriously, when it comes to accepting the loss, our ability to accept losses and our ability to learn from mistakes, it correlates with the executive functions of our brain, which they found that the one cortex of the brain that develops until we're 25 is the frontal lobe, which is executive decisions, right? So I bring all this up because people can't not expect a community to act away because that's how they are naturally as humans, like genetically. Yeah. So it's about how you frame it. It's about being the bigger man and really working that way. So I did want to shift gears a little bit for the sake of time. And you brought up events, and we've kind of talked on the grimmer side of events. What is your favorite Smash memory?
My favorite Smash memory? Oh, man. Oh, man.
You have a lot to pick from. I
do. You know, people would probably think, like, oh, beating Puppeh for the first time, or, like, meeting Wadi, or, like,
when
whatever.
Was the Puppeh thing?
Well, you said when?
Yeah, when, and, like, where was it? How did it happen?
Well, I beat him during, I believe, like, right after COVID was done, like after when COVID first stopped, right, and we all came back.
We beat COVID, everyone.
Yeah. I beat him game 5 with Mario.
In person, actually. Right?
How?
In person?
Yeah, in person. So that was the first time, and then so I was like, I don't even know. I don't know. Like I can't remember. Like, COVID screwed up.
Is it on YouTube? Is the set on YouTube?
Yeah, it is. Both sets that I won are on YouTube.
What's it called?
Just look up BacoN with a capital B, capital N versus Puppeh. It should pop up here. There's a couple of them. There's
Okay.
like some of him just absolutely destroying me, like when we first started playing, and then there's like better ones. I can
Was
also
it
link
Throwdown Thursday?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's probably the one.
I see it.
Yeah. But I won that one, and then there's another one. I think that one's the most recent one, actually. Well, that one was 10 months ago. There's another one. There's another one that I won. It might be this one. Winter semis, yeah. 2 months ago, there's another one I won against him. And that one I also went Mario Game 5.
Wow. Wait, you pulled out Mario and not Doc?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
I played Doc until game 5 because like once he took like 2 games off my dock, I was like, he has to download on my dock. I need something else.
That's
So I
true.
went Mario.
You hear that, everyone? He didn't give up on Doc. He just got the download. Okay.
Yeah, he has to download. Like I'm not trying to get gimped. Like he's really good at gimping. Like he's very good at edge guarding. The strongest suit of him by far. And so I was like, man, he didn't ban Yoshi's. Going Mario. And so we had like it was super close.
Wow.
But yeah, very close.
I will link that set in the description for those curious.
Yeah, and then I remember my for the first set that I won against him, I've just gotten a new controller. It was this controller. And I got like the shield buttons, like I got the spring kind of loosened or whatever. And so it kept getting stuck. And so I would just keep rolling and spot dodging. And so he's like on the top platform. I'm like rolling around and spot dodging. You can see game 5. It's so funny. I'm like, oh my god, if I lose for this, dude. I'm like panicking, trying to get it unstuck. Like,
The
he's just
worst
so scared.
timing.
He's scared. Like he's at like 180. I'm at like 30 or something. He's like panicking. I'm over here rolling around. I'm like, what's happening?
Top tier players, ladies and gentlemen. Just one person rolling, one panicking.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you beat him? Like that must have been what was your emotions like? Like that must have been crazy.
At that time, I mean, like he's kind of like I don't know. Anytime I like saw him playing, I'd always like root for him because everybody was always rooting against him because he's like the top player. So like even when I won, I didn't really like pop off. Like I was more like proud of myself than anything. But everybody, you know, the crowd comes like. But me personally, I was just like, yeah, like I mean, you know, can't win them all. Like I wasn't really like, I don't know. I was like I said, I was just proud of myself. I was like, let's go, I did it. And then he got the run back in Grands. He won like 6-2 or something like that. But I think like my favorite moment was probably when I beat NoTag in grand finals, like when I won my first Throwdown Thursday.
Yeah. NoTag's the big Mario of Sova, right?
Yeah. He's definitely like top 5 Marios, like in my opinion. Like,
he's gotten far. He's like really grown because I've done some sets against him back in the day.
Yeah, he beat Puppeh last Thursday actually.
Really?
He's really good. And he beat Clique that same week, like, and then he beat me too. Like he's genuinely like very good.
Does he have any other notable win? Like, is he getting known through that space?
He's getting like well known. He's already like pretty notable. People know about him, but I don't think like he's like world known or anything yet. But he definitely will be. Like once he does, like when he goes to Riptide, if he does really well, which I assume he will, I think he could get like top 16 Riptide. Honestly,
When is Riptide?
Riptide is next weekend.
Oh, is that like in person?
Yeah, it's in Ohio.
Oh, it's in Ohio. Hell no.
Yeah.
Not driving to Cleveland. It's in Cleveland, right? I'm guessing.
Yeah. No, it's in Sandusky. Something. That's in the middle of nowhere. It's like literally the middle of nowhere. There's nothing there.
Wait, I literally just met someone from Sandusky, and they said that it's like that when I didn't know where it was. They said, "Oh, next to Cleveland." So apparently, it's near Cleveland.
Yeah, like.
So you're going?
Yeah, I'm going. I'm taking Puppeh and Squerk, and then my wife is going, and then NoTag's going.
Oh yeah. So congrats on the engagement. Are you married?
Thank you. So we're getting married in October 13th.
Let's go. There's a date.
Yeah.
That must be recent, baby.
Hi, dude. I'm so hyped.
Wait. So are you guys officially man and wife, or are you engaged?
Well, right now we're engaged. We've been engaged for 3 years. But after the 13th, we will be officially man and wife.
Does she game?
Yeah. She does.
She
plays Smash. She picked up Smash recently.
She did?
Yep, she likes Yoshi. And Twitter voted that she plays Palutena.
Oh, that's it. Sorry, this one lasted. The ring? Nope. Ring? Nope. Poly players. Hey.
Viewers do not play Palutena.
It's like as her cursor gets closer to Palutena, you're like, yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Well, it's funny because I didn't inherently have anything against Palutena, but Arbar, who you mentioned earlier, he was not only my bracket demon, he was my grand finals winner's demon. He like, in a good way, I have nothing but respect for him. He was part of what kind of drove me to take a step back from hard time competitive Smash, because when I would see him play like Palutena covering all my options, my brain was like, there's no way to wrap around. Like, I can't beat him. I just can't beat him. Like, this is too insane. Like, my eggs, because I would be out of side B's as Banjo. When you're out of side B's as Banjo, you just drop the controller. You're like, no.
That's it.
No, congrats. That's awesome. And she's going with you guys?
Yeah.
What made her pick it up recently? Why did it take so long?
Okay, so, well, she didn't want to play it at first, but I don't know. I guess she, like, all of a sudden was like, she put a post and was like, if you can get 100 likes on this, like, after you retweet it, then I'll...
Wait, really?
And I was like, who do you think? Like, you think I can't get 100 likes? Like, and so, like, within an hour, I got 100 likes.
Wait, it wasn't...
Like, come on.
Wait, it wasn't 100 retweets? It was 100 likes?
Yeah, it was 100 likes.
Wow. She underestimated that clout, but by a lot.
Yeah. I was like, because, like, you know, my tweets... If I do a good tweet, it usually gets, like, 50. If I post, like, a good clip, it gets, like, 300, 400. So, like, I was like, man, if the community has something to band together for, they'll do it. Like, they'll do it right away. Like, I already knew that was something, like, everybody knows her. I bring her to tournaments. And so, like, people have been wanting her to play, and they want us to do doubles. You know? Like,
you could have done retweets, to be honest.
The marriage double?
No. She should have done it. Like, she should have.
Wow. Well, I bet she low-key wanted to play Smash. She was probably like, I bet if you get 1 like, I'll pick up Smash. Yes! That's awesome.
Yeah.
I have to say that I think the best change from Smash 4 to Ultimate is the Dr. Mario down air. It's the most iconic move.
The down air, dude.
Yeah.
The down air.
Like remember the original Sakurai presentation from summer 2018?
Oh yeah.
Like everyone remembers where they were. That was like, finding out about Ultimate was like biggest moment ever. I was studying for some like summer class, but the moment when everyone saw the down air when Sakurai, it was like hundreds of changes will be made. And and then everyone, the whole Twitch chat was like, Dr. Mario has a spike.
The down air. I love that down air too. It's like my favorite. It's so good, dude.
Yeah,
such a great move.
Yes. Sorry, I'm going a little off topic there. So I do have one formal last question. Then we're gonna move into the lightning round. So my last question is, we talked about the community, talked about, great moments for you. What advice do you have for someone that A, wants to become competitive in Smash and wants to get really good, or B, wants to get involved with the community but is not very good at the game?
So, just so I understand the question all the way. So somebody that's interested in like joining the community, but they're not like good at the game.
That's one part, and then there's like also the pro part. How do you get good mentally?
How do you get better?
Yeah.
So joining the community, it's just don't be scared to ask people to play, but also be courteous of like people's time or like what they're going through. Like, you want to get better or like you want to meet new people, but you also have to think about people like, like. I'm always down to play with somebody, but sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm just like I'm in game mode. Like I just want to be left alone. Like I think that some people forget to respect that about people. Like not everybody wants to be bothered all the time. So there's times where like people are frustrated after a hard set, or like maybe they're like they get there and they're just not feeling it, so they're trying to like focus and like somebody's asking them for friendlies and like they're just not in the mood to play. Just don't take stuff personally, I guess. Like just you're a person, I'm a person, like go up, talk to people, find your people that you like, find people that you become friends with, play with people that are on your level. When you do that, then you guys build each other up. You get better together, you talk more while you're playing, you have a little bit more fun than if you fight someone like me and like you just picked up the game and I'm just like sitting there kind of bored because I'm just like beating up on you and
it's not fun for anyone.
Yeah, and you're just kind of like getting frustrated because you don't know what to do, and I can't explain the entire game to you in
Yeah.
the like hour that we're gonna play. As far as like getting better, a lot of people need to just accept where you are. Just play the game. Like a lot more pressure got taken off of me because when I got ranked, like even when I got more PR'd and like got more PR wins, and people started like counting me as like a super notable win, the pressure's on. You know, you're pressured to perform at your peak at all times, and the more that you just accept that that's not going to happen, and the fact that it is a game, it's like trial and error. Like you got to think about the other things you get from this game. Like, sure, I want to get better, I want to win, I want to do all this and that, but that's going to come with time. You can't rush that. But think about like what you're doing. You're spending time with people, you're having fun, you're going to these events, like you're traveling, and you're having a good time. You're doing things that you would not be doing if you weren't playing this game. And like it's way different because you're not just sitting at home on your Xbox playing Call of Duty with your friends, like where at the end of the day you feel like you didn't really do anything. You're actually going out and having human interaction with people, having conversations, laughing, going to get some food, just chilling. Like you're being productive with your life. You're learning. You're maturing. Just letting go. Like just play the game, study it. If you really want to get better, it takes time. I put a lot more time in the game without touching the controller than people think. Like I study. You have to.
Is it just frame data? Because you mentioned labbing earlier. Is it just frame data? Like,
it's not just frame data. It's like studying situations, scenarios, studying like what other people like to do, studying different play styles, different timings, formulating things. Like, there's a lot of different characters in this game. There's a lot of different situations in this game. So like, studying it is like studying a language. You're not going to become fluent for a long time. You get to put in the hours and the hours of practice and just getting those situations over and over again. Like, I can fight, for example, a Fox player. Me as a player, I usually don't like struggle against Fox, but there are some play styles that I struggle against. The really, really hard bait and punish, like I'm never going to go in play styles that like Clique has or like NoTag has. That's hard for me as a player. Who's like, I just want to go in. I just want to beat your ass. I just want the game to be over. Like, I struggle with that. So like, if I run into a Fox, like I think his tag is like Zia at Xanadu. He was my round one, and he played like super like neutral heavy. Didn't go in super aggressive like I'm used to with Foxes. So like I went to game 3 and I lost. Like I struggled with that stuff. It was kind of heartbreaking because I was like, man, my seed is like a little up there. But I was like, you know what, I can do this. I'm just gonna chill out. I'm just gonna like just play, just do your thing. And I ended up still making top 8 from loser side. It was hard, but I still did it. And like the takeaway from that is I didn't get super mad. I didn't get super sad. I just stayed in the zone, stay motivated, and it's like all your mindset. Like you can't win all the time. Mm-hmm. So to wrap it up, my main points, if you want to get better, you obviously need to practice a lot. Like practice more than the other person that you're going to be fighting. Like that's realistically. Like if I'm not playing as much as like Leo's playing, I'm not going to beat Leo ever. Like if I don't study and like try to catch up to where he's at mentally, I'm never going to beat him. He has way more hours. He's been playing this game for like way longer than me. So like I'm not even going to be able to touch him like in a game 5 situation. That's what we're really talking about here. Taking a game off of somebody's like whatever. Honestly. Yeah. But taking like a best of 5 set against somebody, that's a big deal.
It's an endurance. That's what I learned about Smash. It's an endurance game.
Yeah. So like, so you got to practice a lot more. You need to study more, which means you need to watch your own VODs. People say that all the time. Oh, watch this. Oh, watch that. But what does that actually mean?
It's not
when you watch your own VODs. Yeah. When you watch your own VODs, it's hard. It's hard to watch yourself mess up because you're like, oh, I know what I need to do. I don't want to watch that. But you don't. When you watch it, you see a lot more than like what you remember happening, right? When you lose a close set, you only think about, oh, I lost that last stock, last hit situation. But how did you get there? How did you both get the last stock, last hit? Should you have like secured the first stock faster and held on to your lead, or like were you doing risky stuff? How was your ledge trapping during that? How was your neutral? Was he outpacing you? Were you playing too fast for yourself? Like how was your disadvantage? How are your landing options? Were you mixing up? Were you calling out where you needed to call out? How was your positioning? Were you playing too close to them so where you couldn't like react? Like there's a lot you can decipher, and then so the next time you play them, even if it's at a local, the next time you play that player, you'll do a lot better, or at least you'll think about it. And with you thinking about it, you'll get better as a player. Because guess what will happen? Let's say in your entire time at one community and one local, you fight. Let's lower it to like 60 players, right, all around, like ever. And that's a lot for like a one local, but still, you fight 60 players. Of those 60 players, you struggle against, let's say, 15. So 15 players, 15 different characters, 15 different play styles you have to learn to fight against. And you just keep losing to them. But then you start beating like the bottom 5. You're like, okay, I can consistently beat them now. I kind of figured them out. Then you start, struggling with the next group. Then you like get better, and now you're with the top 5, which is where I'm at. I'm with the top 5. I struggle against them, but they also struggle against me. It's not easy. And so now I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, I have to like watch everything. I have all these scenarios, but when I go out of region, guess what happens? I can run into any character, any play style, and I'll know what to do, at least roughly, right? I'll have a good game plan. And that means that I can adapt a lot faster. People are like, oh, these top players adapt so fast. Oh, it's not even that. It's not even that. And they'll tell you that. Yeah. Though, like Leo, when I had like a best of 5, I had a first 5 with him on my birthday.
Oh, that's fun. No way.
Yeah, it was fun. Him and I were just hanging out for like an hour.
Where was this?
Huh?
Where was this?
Well, it was online. But he ended up winning. It was 5-3. He went Crom. And I went Doc. He's actually the person that like stopped me, because that was when I was going to drop Doc for sure. I was like, done this character. But
what? You were?
Yeah, I was. Dude. I was 100%. I was tired of getting gimped. I was tired of just losing because like people's characters are broken and mine sucks.
Dude, you would quit any character after playing Leo. You would quit someone would quit Pikachu after playing Leo.
Well, see, the thing is like I was gonna quit him before playing Leo, and when I played Leo was like, dude, you're like really good. Your Dr. Mario is like super solid, and I don't think you should drop him. Like, you don't need to drop him. You just need to like round him out. He's like, right now you are trying to play him in a way that he's like not meant to be played, really. Like, you're going in with him, but you need to be pressuring him. That's what he does. He doesn't have the speed to like outpace somebody, but he has the options and like the threat, like the of pressuring people really hard. So like that's kind of how I changed my play style, and I didn't drop down, blah blah blah. But so back to like getting better. So practice, you need to study, and you just gotta put time into it. You gotta work on your mentality. Like, the more time you put into it, the more, like you said, the more you mature. Because what happens with a lot of people, and I did want to touch on this earlier when you were talking about the psychology of it. Mm-hmm. I'm really big into psychology and like sociology. Like, I love that stuff. I wish I majored in that in college instead of music, but
shut up, Josh. Okay, sorry.
And like, people put their, like, when you're talking about egos, it goes a little bit further than just their ego. It's like, people don't have a whole lot, I found, outside of the Smash community. Like, they don't have, it's just Smash. Like, their world revolves around Smash. So they put all their person, their being, into their gameplay, into their character, into, like, everything that happens is a direct reflection of their personal character. Wow. And that's just not true. And it's hard to let that go, right? Because people look at you and they're like, man, that's BacoN, man. He's a great guy. Like, Dr. Mario, like, that's crazy. Like, I love BacoN. But I'm like, but how many people actually know, like, me? Like, how many people know Isaiah? Like, not a whole lot. I don't really act too different, like, I'm a very open guy. So, like, I act the same around everybody. Yeah. I don't care. But not everybody's like that. Like, yeah. Puppeh isn't, like, he acts way different around me than he acts at, like, locals, because he's just, like, he's kind of shy.
Yeah, he has to get to know people. Yeah.
Yeah. But, like, the main thing is, it's just, like, people just got to remember that it is just a game. Like, it's hard to swallow that. But what comes with that is that we are just, like, passing the time, realistically. We're just passing the time, and, like, if something, if you put in the work, then you'll get in what you put, you'll get out what you put in. For me, I didn't just get better magically. I put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and frustration, all this shit that you don't get to see. All you see is oh, this week BacoN's popping off, and then a month later, oh man, BacoN, and then all of a sudden a year later, it's damn, BacoN's top 5. He was bottom 60 in Sova. What happened? Wow, how's he so good now?
Then BacoN commits tax, and then BacoN commits tax fraud. Oh, he's canceled. Just back and forth.
Yeah.
No, that inspired. Dude, that stuff inspired me to get better again. Holy shit. I want to pick up the sticks after this podcast. Oh my god.
It's not just luck. It's not dumb luck. Think about, I don't know, man. Some people are just naturally good at first, but it's that talent versus hard work type thing. Everybody starts at different levels, obviously, right? But that doesn't mean that not everybody can get good. It's just the game's hard. It's a hard game, so don't beat yourself up over every loss. It's okay.
Exactly.
It's okay
no, taking that L is definitely the biggest skill for all games, and that was definitely some really impactful advice. That's gonna change at least one or two persons' perspective in life.
Yeah.
That's some really good stuff. I appreciate that and diving into that experience. But what the hell is it storming? EJ, can you look outside, please?
Oh yeah, dude. I think tropical storm, dude. I can hear the lightning, dude. And I can see the thunder.
Wait, did you say lightning round? Lightning?
Oh, lightning.
Oh, lightning round, baby. That bit was awful. Probably 2 out of 10. First, we're gonna be pretty quick here for the sake of your time. So here we go. Favorite matchup.
Probably Mario DK. But
DK everyone.
Yeah, everyone likes fighting DK. So with Doc, probably thinking. Probably Luigi, Mario Luigi, or Doc Luigi.
The classic.
Yep, love that. It's a great matchup. It's a lot of fun. It's fast paced. We're just beating up on each other off stage, clipping each other. It's a great matchup.
Very brotherly.
Yep.
Okay. Here's one. If you had to compare your Dr. Mario style to a real world doctor, who would you say it's most similar to?
Probably damn.
It can also be official doctor. Could be.
Okay, Dr. Phil.
Okay, good answer.
Okay, so Dr. Phil, Dr. Phil he doesn't care. He's smart and he's very calculated, but he just goes in.
He does go in.
Goes in, dude. He doesn't care, and he just outplays people with their own words.
Dr. Phil's Mabel. Dr. Phil's Mabel.
That's true.
Is it Mabel or Maple? What's that doc's name again?
Mabel.
Yeah, Dr. Phil's
Mabel.
Awesome. Your worst matchup.
My worst matchup? Oh man. Hold on. I got Young Link free. I've beaten Clique, yes, but that character. Oh, I hate
Is he a better Link?
Huh?
Is he better than Link in Toon Link?
Oh.
Yeah. Young Link, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Young Link's definitely a top 15 character. 100%, dude. That character's insane. And when you fight a top Young Link, come back and say some words to me, because it is not fun.
That character's diabolical. Everything.
Dude, honestly, that character's crazy.
What is the best Dr. Mario taunt and victory pose, in your opinion?
Important.
Very important.
I love the pill toss and the catch it, because what I'll do, I've done it a couple times, is I'll pill somebody, and then I'll do I know I'm gonna catch their jump, so I'll do the pill, I'll catch it, and I'll throw it, and then I'll take their jump. I'm like, let's go! It's so hype, dude. It's so hype. It's great. The best victory pose is definitely it's too easy. It's definitely the thinking one.
Oh yeah, the scheme, dude. The scheme.
Definitely, dude. Yeah, it's just.
It's you decided to play me at this local and go 0-2. Who's gonna pay for your Uber? Opinion on Pokefloat.
Say again.
Opinion on Pokefloat from Melee.
I don't play Melee, so explain it a little bit.
Oh, you didn't get that into Melee. EJ, you predicted that would happen when I said I would ask that question. All right, you go ahead, EJ. I'll ask another one. So you go.
Okay. I got you. Do you have any bracket demons?
Okay, so right now my bracket demon is Squerk and Clique. I'm very close to getting over Squerk. like they were both my bracket demons before COVID, and I finally got to where I was beating them consistently. But now it's back to how it was. So I gotta get over that again. I actually do better against Puppeh and my as far as being comfortable than I do against them. So yeah.
Wow.
Goddamn.
Squerk's my solo queue demon in League of Legends. Okay, I'm done bringing up League, but I had to there.
I can answer, like, I can stick around for another 10 minutes if you guys want.
All right. No, well, we have a few more here. So, favorite set you've played in? You may have already answered this. Was this the Puppeh set?
No, favorite set. I've had a lot of really good sets. Maybe the set where I fought Clique at Summit. That was a really good set. It was the first time I felt that I was just like overwhelming him. Like just completely like I was playing out of my mind, like completely crazy. That one's also on YouTube.
That's on YouTube too.
Yeah, if you look up BacoN versus Clique, it's Georgie Money Summit or something.
Summit 2018?
It might have been.
The Ultimate wasn't out until the end of 2018, so.
No, it wasn't. It was. I think it was like 2020.
I mean, it'll probably show up for me. There's not going to be another Summit.
Yeah, it definitely will.
Okay.
It's on his channel, so yeah, it's the first one that pops up for me. So.
All right, all you, EJ.
Yeah. What is your McDonald's order?
My McDonald's order, I usually get. I love McGriddles.
Okay.
I usually get like 2 sausage and egg McGriddles, and I love their mocha frap.
Pretty good.
Their caramel one, good.
Oh, that's a goat order right there. One McGriddle's never enough. One McGriddle will never be enough.
One's never enough.
Even with the hash browns.
One is never ever enough.
Sure.
It's never enough.
Hash browns are kind of ass though. The hash browns are a little ass.
Yeah, they're like they're C tier.
They're kind of crispy sometimes though.
Yeah, they're crisp. When they're crispy though, there's never actual hash brown. It's just like the fried part. It's like there's never a good balance. Top 3 pro players you admire.
So this has changed by so Puppeh is one of them, MKLeo, and because like it used to be Louis Money. Like I used to love him, but the more I got to know him, like the less I kind of felt about him, you know. But it was the same thing with like I love Elegant. Like Elegant's actually like my boy. That's my boy right there.
He looks like a fun guy to be around.
Yeah, he's cool. Like I'll talk about him later.
Later.
I like Waddy too. I've started hanging out with Waddy more. He's like a really cool guy. I think probably Mars. I really enjoy. Oh, Nairo! What the heck?
Oh,
Nairo! You cannot forget, as Etika would say, Nairo.
Dude, it's because he's like outside the community now. It's like everybody here, and then there's Nairo over here, like in the YouTube land.
Yeah.
So, definitely Nairo, MKLeo, and I'm not gonna say Puppeh anymore because like he's my good friend now. But Nairo, MKLeo, Mars.
Okay.
Sam Sora owes me a sub on YouTube because in a League of Legends game, I said, if I carry you, will you subscribe to me? He said, sure. And then to give context, I played a role where like I helped us win. I wasn't the flashy person that killed everyone, but I did everything else to help us win. And then in the post game chat, I was like, "So Sam Sora, where's my sub?" He's like, "You didn't carry, LOL." And then Sam Sora has left the game. What are you? Are you kidding? I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you, Sam Sora.
No, I'm on Sam Sora's side actually. Fuck you.
Yeah, EJ, that's because you're a Bard main. Okay. Anyway, you EJ.
Okay. This is my last one, and it's a doozy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You get to add one character to Smash, but there's a catch. They have to be from a mobile game. Who do you add?
What's the dude's name from Jetpack Joyride?
Oh
my god. There's a video I'll have to send you. Someone made a fan Smash version of it.
Really?
Yeah, like people have thought of that. I don't know his name.
I don't know why. Like it's either him or like somebody like the Barbarian from Clash of Clans or something silly like that.
I have unironically thought of how the Angry Bird would look in Smash. Red the Angry Bird.
What would they do? It would just be like a stick and like Like,
No, Sakurai put the piranha. BacoN, don't pull that. Sakurai put the piranha plant in the game.
okay, here's what he would do, right? He would put like the slingshot, and he would put Mr. Hand as the
Oh my god, that would be the final smash for sure.
like. No, that's how you play. Like Mr. Hand, there's the crazy hand and like moving it, and then there's Mr. Hand like shooting. It's the only way they can move. How would they move?
Yeah.
They don't have. I mean, they can't even really like fly.
Oh my god, BacoN, have you not seen the Angry Birds movie 1 and the highly priced sequel where they have legs and arms, bro?
You're right.
Come on.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Citizen Kane is nothing compared to that movie, right? Obviously.
Right.
So I do have 2 questions here, real
Okay.
quick. So one is your opinion on Kanye West.
I like Kanye West. I think he's very misunderstood because people don't know psychology
Right,
and all that
right.
good stuff. You know, they don't think about charisma, and which is why he's such a good artist. You know, he may be like, I think he puts on a front in front of the camera, but I think there's a reason why he's married to, you know, Kim Kardashian. So, like, don't just pull somebody like that if you're like a complete asshole. Like, she can be with anybody, but she picked Kanye West.
Absolutely.
And I don't think it's just for the money. So,
Solid opinion. And my last question today is, how can people connect with you and stay up to date with what you're doing, / if you want to book your coaching as well?
so if you enjoy like the coaching side of things, I do have a Medify. Just go on Medify and search up BacoN. It's like, and my link is in my Twitter, which my handle is Dr. BacoN SSBU. Same thing with my Twitch, Dr. BacoN SSBU. I post a lot on Twitter. Like, I'm very active on Twitter. And I post any tournaments I'm going to. I post like how I do in tournaments, usually like that. I do have a Discord, but it's not as active as I'd like it to be, just because of like, you know, I don't know. I just never really got around to.
It takes more
it's
work than you
solid.
realize. Yeah, it takes a lot of work.
Yeah, it definitely does. Like, I definitely put a lot of work into making it, but maintaining it's like definitely another story. But yeah, I have a lot of sets on YouTube. New set gets put up every week, so if you're ever looking for me, just go on Game On's YouTube, and I'm usually up there. So
Let's go. Invest in BacoN, guys. He's the best doc, and you know, outside of me, he's the best from Sova. So definitely check him out. I'm gonna put all his info in the description. But that's all we got time for, everyone. This has been episode 7, and personally, like, this has been one of my favorite conversations. And anything else you want to say, BacoN? Anything else before we wrap this up?
I just want to thank you guys for having me. It was a lot of fun. I appreciate you reaching out. You know, I hope everything gets better for the community. I'm excited for majors to be back. I am going to Riptide. I'm going to Glitch. I'm going to Main Stage, going all the way to California.
Oh,
So,
that's hype.
yeah, so hopefully I show out and I do well. And hopefully people can see me on the big screen. But
EJ and I
Thank
will be
you.
watching you at Riptide, so make it up
Yeah.
there, man.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll be looking forward to that. All right, everyone. Peace out and catch you for episode 8. See ya.
Modality.